Hello everyone. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art. I am an acrylic artist and it has been a let me know if you can still hear me because I hope I didn't just turn my volume down on computer. Come on in and say hello when you get here. Tell me where you're watching from. I am an acrylic artist. My name is Ginger LaCour. I have been painting now for about 10 years. Hello, Jennifer. Thank you. Um, And I have a membership where we paint together every week. In my membership, we are an acrylic group and from South Carolina. All right. For being here. Y'all are getting some weather, or y'all just finished getting some weather like us, right? I'm in Louisiana, so we didn't get any snow. We just got a little bit of ice, and a lot of rain. But everything's good here. We're in the mid 40s today. It's beautiful outside. So I hope you are all doing well with this crazy weather that we've been having. So I wanted to come on today and just say hello. I know it's been a while since I've actually come on live on my Facebook page, and now after 30 days, Facebook decides to delete um, the videos that I did have up. So I'm like, you know what? I need to start putting more videos up so people can see me and see what I'm all about. Um, I love to paint. I am an acrylic artist. We're going to paint today. And the reason why I wanted to come here today is because I just wanted to give you an update of some things going on in art and just kind of have a good time today and give you a free tutorial so you can see what I'm all about. Um, One of the things happening in February, coming well, actually next week, my grandson is turning 1. So we are going to my husband and I, Michael. We are going to his first birthday party, and the theme for the birthday party is one happy camper. One happy camper. It's a little boy. His name is Sander. And so his mom is decorating with all of just a bunch of camping stuff. And so he asked me to paint a piece to use for her decorations on the table where the cake is going to be and all of that. So she asked me to paint something that would have like a camp. She sent me, I'll show you, y'all can see on here. Let's see, y'all can see. She sent me some pictures. I'll just let you see what they looked like. She sent me some pictures of like her like the color scheme of the day, and you see like all the greens and stuff. And this is his sign that's gonna go up, beautiful blues and greens and oranges, kind of like fall colors, kind of. And then she sent me some samples that she probably pulled from like Pinterest or something, of something that she wants, like that. So those are just some samples of pictures that she sent me, and she asked me to pay him something, and he could also use it to paint like as a decoration in his bedroom afterwards. So I'm painting it live right now with y'all. Okay, so I don't have a template. We're just gonna sketch this out together. Um, Hello, Sherry. How are you? Hello, Janet. And hi, Miss Ellen and Michael. Y'all, I know y'all can probably hear it. I have been having a raspy voice for almost a month now. I have been in and out of being sick for the last probably 6 months. So don't pray for me because I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. But my last checkup, which was 6 months ago, everything was fine. But for some reason, I'm just having the hardest time um, fighting off these colds that I'm getting, like a cough and everything. So hopefully, maybe they can help me with that. Anyway, so that's been going on in my life as well. I hope y'all have been healthy. Well, okay, so I'm going to change the screen over to a view that no, that's not good. That's not a good view. Okay, we'll just go with this view. I guess that's going to work. So this, what I grabbed here is a 10 by 10. She didn't want anything really big because it's going to be on the table, and so we could put it on like an easel or something like that. Say like an 8 by 8 or a 10 by 10, something like that. And I have this cradle board here, so it's easy to you can actually use it on the wall also. And I went ahead and put a layer of gesso on it. The gesso that I used, just because I didn't want to use white, the gesso that I used is this. It's called from Holbein Acrylics, and I'm almost out of it, but y'all, it goes like I've been having this thing for like 3 years. All you have to do is put like a little dime worth, and it covers the whole thing. So this is just orange gesso. You can use. You don't have to use gesso, but because this is a wood board, y'all know how easy wood absorbs your paint when you're painting. So I wanted to go ahead that on there. Hello, Cindy from Illinois and Denise from Maryland. Thank you so much for the prayers. Yes, I have just been under the weather a lot lately. It's not good. It's not fun. Usually not sick at all. So this has been very frustrating for me. Okay. So I haven't put any dates down yet, but I did give you a list if you saw the actual um, live information that I sent out. I put a list. I'm going to put them down. I'm going to name them as we're going. So I've got Mars Black, of course, our black and white. I'm going to put a few little squirts of white because I contaminate my whites easily. If I put a few different areas of white out, then I know that I won't contaminate it as bad. I'll have different areas to choose from. I can open this. Let me get this other video going. I'm trying to film this as well. Collapse. Okay, if I can open this neutral gray, we're going to use neutral gray. There we go. Got my little extra tools to help me open things up. This is a lifesaver sometimes. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these before. Once you unscrew your tops when they get stuck. Okay, so this is a neutral gray. Um, this is a golden brand. You don't have to use any particular brand. Let's go with a sap green. Put some sap green down. Be enough. Looks like it's stuck. Let's grab some yellow ochre. That's always a pretty color to add for camp. We're going to use some Payne's gray. Got that color going. Burnt sienna. I love burnt sienna, y'all. It's one of my go-to colors for almost everything. Burnt sienna. It's a really pretty orange. Cadmium yellow light. I'm going to be using a lot of colors because we're doing a camp scene. So we're going to have a fire. Right? In order for that fire to be nice, pretty fire, we need red yellows for that. So this is a ultramarine. No, what is this? Quinacridone red. Any kind of red will do. There's a lot of different reds out there that I love. Different ones. Ultramarine blue. Maybe just a little bit of ultramarine blue. I'm not even sure I'm going to use blue. We'll see. I did the Payne's gray already, and that's got blue in it. That might be all the colors that I said. I'm not quite sure. But that's all the colors I took down off my. Yeah. Okay, so let's go with that. All right, so the pictures that she sent me that I showed you at first, I'm gonna use a black and a white just to make like a gray, and I'm gonna sketch this out. Okay, just a little bit of water and just a liner brush. So my vision is very similar to the pictures that she sent me, but it needs to be my own, not theirs. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna break it up into thirds. Okay, so I'm basically just drawing for you so you can see my composition is going to be using the thirds. So my tint, I'm going to make sure that my tint goes like somewhere right here. Fire pit. I want the fire pit to be kind of big. That's going to go kind of right here, this area, fire there. Um, the area back here behind the tent and stuff, that's going to be a lake. So this area is going to be, I'm trying to use just a little bit of paint to draw with. This is going to be like the lake area right there. We're going to have some trees. We'll do some trees like this. I mean, it's all going to look much different than what I'm sketching out, but so we're going to have just like some trees like this. Back here, we'll do like a little mountain. Just kind of rolling hills because we don't have any mountains in Louisiana, but it'll be fun to paint that. Okay, so I know this is a big hot mess right now, but at least you can see where my vision is and where I'm going with um, the main pieces of the painting. So what I did was I just grabbed a Princeton Catalyst, just a flat paintbrush. It doesn't matter what kind of paintbrush it is. Grabbed a flat paintbrush. It's about as wide as my finger. This is a 10 by 10. It's not really big. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of start on the background and work my way towards the front. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go Payne's gray. Oh, that was black. Don't do that, Ginger. Oh, that's Payne's gray. I think it's the same. Yeah. I'm going to go Payne's gray, a little bit of ultramarine blue, Payne's gray, and a teeny bit of green just to calm it down some. I don't want it to be, her colors are very muted, so I want to kind of keep it muted side. I don't want it to be like hot. So I'm adding a teeny bit of neutral gray as well. Now that's super dark. Like that would be like a night. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a night theme. We're just gonna have some fun and paint this together. Now, what makes this the most difficult is because I'm using wood. And when you use wood and acrylic paint and a little bit of water, you get a lot of absorption immediately. So you have to make, which I love using wood, don't get me wrong. It's actually one of my favorite things to paint with, or to paint on. But what I'm gonna do is use a lot of paint. Okay? Use a lot of paint. Don't be stingy. And just let it work. So that's going to be kind of like my sky, the beginning of my sky. I'm cutting that off. Still just kind of like mapping out where everything is going. I'm going to take some yellow. I'm going to take some red. And I'm going to mix those two together and make kind of like an orangey color. Maybe a little more yellow. And gonna start making it. Now they're gonna kind of blend because the blue is still wet, but I'm just gonna kind of start making it like maybe it's like sundown. So I'm gonna bring in a little more yellow, and I'm gonna come a little bit lower. So you can see my lines that I drew. So I know I'm going to have to put more paint in to cover that up as I go. A little more. And then I'm going to add a little more red. Go up just a little bit with that. It's almost like the same color as the underpainting, kind of what I'm using there. I like that. It's not perfect. It's not, I mean, it's okay if it's not perfect. We're just gonna have some fun. I'm gonna clean that off. Now I am going to put, I'm gonna kind of start on the water. For the water, it's gonna be a reflection of what's happening in the sky. So I'm basically gonna use a lot of the same colors, but whenever you see a reflection in water, maybe it's a little bit darker, believe it or not. So I'm gonna start a little strong. This is gonna be my kind of like my horizon of where the water line is gonna start and where the tree start. So I'm just using Payne's gray right now. A little more. I'm staying kind of dark there. Let me grab some more of that. I'm gonna make that water. I'm gonna grab some neutral gray as well. Neutral gray, Payne's gray. Kind of makes like a light blue. That's gonna be a big part of where my water is gonna be. Again, I'm not really doing anything definite yet. I'm putting in colors right now. All I'm doing is putting in colors and just kind of blocking everything out. So as we go down here and up here, I'm just going to add a little bit of a lighter blue since I have such a lighter. All right, I'm going to let that dry. Then I'm going to start on my sides and my bottom, and that's going to have a lot of green and kind of browns. So I'm going to grab this sap green and some burnt sienna. And I know it's going to look kind of like an ugly color at first, but trust me, okay, it's all going to work out. We're going to start kind of like, I don't want just a whole straight line around, like, the lake off of the canvas. I want the trees and the land to kind of surround the face. So this is going to be some brown here. Maybe, maybe this will be a little more water. Maybe I'll go a little further here. I don't know. Let me think about it. This is maybe some more ground. Let me wet my paintbrush a little bit. And the colors are already gorgeous. You can already tell. But painting on wood is a lot different than painting on canvas. You can see how paint just absorbs, like immediately absorbs into the canvas or the painting surface that I'm painting on. So we have to put a pretty thick layer here. I'm going to grab some yellow ochre. And what that yellow ochre is going to do, I'm going to mix the yellow ochre and green together. It's going to start bringing in a lighter green color. And how pretty that is. With that darker brownish green behind it and then bringing in some of that lighter green really adds a lot of depth to what we have. Some more of the darker green. And you know what? I'm gonna grab some black and I'm gonna come in and mix in all of these colors together. The green, what's fun about painting these outdoor scenes. You can really mix some colors together. I've got some greens, some black, some Payne's gray. Trying to make like kind of like a gray color. Let's go with a little more white. Let's grab some more Payne's gray. You can kind of already see, doesn't it? It looks like a I don't know, it looks pretty cool, but I have a lot of work to do to it, so it's gonna change a lot. But it looks pretty cool already. It's a little bit too green for me. I want it more blue. So I'm gonna add some Payne's gray to that and some white. I want it a little cooler, so I'm gonna add some more Payne's gray and either white or neutral gray will bring it to where I want it to be. All right, that's a little better. I like that color. It's a little too turquoisey. You can see that turquoise color coming out. So I'm gonna add some burnt sienna. I'm trying to go for a, a ground color, like a dark, kind of like sandy dirt look, more green. All right, coming along good. I think I'm gonna bring my blue over further. Let me grab a different paint. Okay, I really like, you can tell I'm using a flat paintbrush. I really like using a flat paintbrush on almost my entire paint. What's great about a flat paintbrush is you can use the tip on the side to make small strokes. You can use the whole thing, of course, to make wide strokes. You can use it this way to make lines, and then you can even push down on the corner and use it almost like a filbert brush as well. So there's so many things you can do with a flat brush instead of using, um, you know, a lot of paintbrushes. You don't have to have a lot of paintbrushes. Believe me, I can paint a whole painting with one paintbrush now. The more you paint, the more you learn how to do those kind of things. Okay, so I hope y'all can see what I can see. I can see a beautiful lake around here that's really coming together. We're gonna have a fire pit right here. We're gonna I have to come in. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna have to come in a little more with ground because I need a tent. I need to be able to put a tent right here, and I need the tent to be on the ground and not in the water. So let me put a little more ground. Love it already. Coming along really good. All right, let me take a break and just look at it and see what we have. My paintbrush is off. Think about where we are. So every once in a while, we need to just take a breath because you notice me, I'm a fast painter. Sometimes I go in really strong for a long period of time and I come out and I like take a breath at it and decide if everything's still going the way I want it to go. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to add some more paint color to my palettes because I already used, you know, I really like the whole look of the water the way it is. I don't need any more neutral gray. Um, maybe not need some paint gray. I think I'm good with everything else. Okay. Um, I think I want to put a small little mountain scene in the, and I'm going to use very neutral colors. So, and I want it to be kind of light. So I'm going in and grabbing some white. I already had some gray on the paintbrush, so that's why. I'm gonna grab some Payne's gray and some red. Blue and red make purple, and I have a little bit of gray on my paintbrush already, so make, I'm gonna grab some ultra. Okay, that's too red. See how I made that? It's a little bit too red. Let me grab some Payne's gray. That'll calm it down. I make it a dark purpley color. It's still too red, so I'm gonna grab some more blue. I'm thinking that's closer to what I want. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a pretty color. So I'm just gonna make add some water to that since I don't have a lot of it. I'm just gonna make a few little ranges back here, and I'm gonna make them overlap one another. This is gonna be one. Maybe a lot of this is gonna be covered up because I'm gonna put trees in here as well. I don't know, but for now, let me put the other one over here. Okay. See how I made them kind of, maybe I'll do, yeah, that's about it. I don't want a lot because in Louisiana here, we don't have a lot of mountain ranges. It really. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of a darker blue, some Payne's gray, teeny bit of green, turquoise. Or I can just grab a turquoise from my shelf. That's a pretty color. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. I want it a little darker. I'm trying to get some variety of shades on these mountains here. More variety. I call them shades, but it's actually your different values. That's what they call it. Yeah, there's different values in there. There's different values, like darks to lights. Those kind of things are going to cause you to get more dimension in your paint. So you can already see that now it looks like my hills back there have an actual have like dimension just by using a variety of colors back there. Okay, so cute. Let me clean that off. All right. Now what I think I'm ready for my trees. Where's my tree line going to be? So I'm gonna go in strong and heavy with some dark green and a little bit of burnt sienna and a little bit of ultramarine blue. I know, I like mixing colors. Okay, so I had some sap green, some ultramarine blue, A little bit of burnt sienna. Ultramarine blue and burnt sienna will make like a almost black color for you, but it's not black. It just allows you to use a really dark color without going black. You always want to save your black in case you need to go dark. You don't want to go in dark and be stuck and say, "Oh, I want to go darker than black." Well, there is no darker than black. So you always want to save that. So I do. I save that for the end of the painting. If I want black, that's when it comes in. If I need darker colors, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna put some trees here. And I know y'all are gonna say, "Ah, you're covering up your mountains." I am kind of, but not all the way. I might bring my horizon down just a little bit. It's okay if we cover a little bit of the mountains. You know, that's the way life is. All I'm doing is kind of like deciding, okay, where are my trees? Where's my tree line gonna go? There. I think I'm gonna bring this. Gonna, I know I'm gonna do it. Okay, I might as well do it now while I'm in it. Bring this down some, make a little more land right here. Okay, like that. Let's do this. What do you want to do? We're gonna go a little higher here, there, and we'll kind of like it in just a teeny bit higher. Bring these closer in. Okay, something like that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll go down further. I do have to put a tent here, so I'm gonna do my first layer of electric. I'm just gonna keep it really impressionistic, but really loose. So just mix in some more of that same dark color. That's kind of brown. I want a little more brown. And yes, I do have a lot of paint on my paintbrush. Let's see. Can you make Payne's gray? Payne's gray is it's kind of like a navy blue. And the reason why it's called Payne's gray is because there's an artist from history out there whose name was Payne, and he discovered the color of Payne's gray. Well, he discovered the color, and it's basically like a navy, kind of like a navy gray. I mean, it is kind of like a smoky gray color. It's beautiful. So if you don't have Payne's gray, which is like I said, it's just kind of like a navy color. So blue and black would work. Blue and black would work. I've used blue and black a lot instead of Payne's gray in some situations. Okay, so see how I'm still using my same paintbrush, y'all, from the beginning of the tutorial. They're just like these two paintbrushes are almost the same. I have a lot of these because if I don't want to clean the paint color off of one, but I want to start using a different paint color, I will just grab the same paintbrush, although it's not the same brand. They're both Princeton though. One of them is a Princeton Dakota, and then this one is a Princeton Atlas. Princeton paintbrushes. Okay, I don't want to go any further because I have a tent to put over here. So I got to be careful that I don't overdo my trees. Just gonna put this first layer in, really loosen and see how much room I'm leaving in between the branches. And not even branches, it's just like um, kind of branches. I mean, I'm just kind of just tapping away. See how much room I'm leaving in between? Because I know I'm going to come back later with maybe some lighter colors. And so I just really loose. Yay, I like it. It's going good. Okay, I'm going to clean this off. I know I've been using this color a lot. I'm gonna clean it off. Look how dark it is. Oh, y'all can't see here. Dark, dark, dark greenish blue color. Right, clean that off because I think I'm done with it. Okay. Super fun. Now, I am going to have to put like a reflection later. I'm not ready to do that yet because I'm not sure I'm finished with my. So I am going to come back and put some reflection of the keys in the just not yet. Not yet, not yet. Okay. I'm going to grab some yellow. What is this called? It's a yellow. Oh, it's yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. I'm going to grab some yellow ochre and some neutral red. Let's see what I can make here. I'm going to grab this dark Payne's gray, trying to make kind of like, I need more reds. I might have to start over because I think I did wrong by using yellow to start it off, but we're going to try. I'm going to, not bad. It's kind of like a purpley gray, some blues. I'm going to make some white. I'm going to make some rocks for my fire. So kind of like some big, some mountain rocks, big stones. Only the first layer. Okay, if it's not perfect. Just kind of framing out my fire pit here. Something like that. That's where my fire pit's gonna go. And I have a tent. That's what I wanted to use the yellow for. I went in too soon. So I'm gonna have a tent here. Not to be too big. Do a dome. It's gonna be kind of underneath the tree. Right there. So I'm gonna make a yellow tent. Grab some burnt sienna to make this side a little darker. So you know those colors like the cohort colors that I'm going for, like a cohort tint. Those bright, pretty, rusty yellow colors. A little more water. Sometimes I take when I'm doing a painting that takes a while, my palette. My paint doesn't get dry out. And I'm sure y'all could hear the heater running. So when that heater comes on, my paint starts drying. Hello from East Texas, Miss Kathy. How are you, Miss Kathy? I'm so glad to see some of y'all. Some of those names look so familiar to me. All right, let's make this side of the tent a little bit darker. Maybe I could use some burnt umber, which I did not put on my palette yet. I did go down to a smaller paintbrush, by the way. I'm sure you'll notice that. And then I'm going to take Cad Yellow Light and the yellow ochre and mix those two together because I want a much lighter yellow. I'm going to start bringing in highlight on my tent, like that side of the tent is going to have glow to it because of the fire hitting it. So we're going to go a little lighter there. Okay, and I'm going to stay with this small paintbrush for a little bit. I'm going to start bringing in my fire. So my fire is going to have lots of red, orange. So I'm going to grab some red and some cadmium yellow light to make a bright orange with that. And then I'm going to add more yellow and make the yellow or the orange even brighter. See that? So I started with a dark color, and then I went lighter, and then I'm going lighter, and I'm going to keep on going lighter until I get to almost a white. Let me zoom in so y'all can see. It's so cute. I feel like I need some more blues and stuff. I don't know. I want pink. Or yellow. And let's bring in white right at the tip of the fire. Really bright colors. And then what we're gonna do is a bright. Let me turn down my lights. A little too bright in here. Hang on one second. Okay, that's a little better. You can see it better like this too. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to continue with this bright orangey color. We're just going to calm it down some. of it. And I'm gonna go like on the rocks. I'm going to make rocks have a little glow around the rocks. And then I'm going to clean that off because I want to go in with more color on the rocks. So I'm going to put some Payne's Gray, a little bit of green. So just like blue and green. Then I'm going to add some white to it and make like a smoky blue. Let's go more white. And grab a little bit of ultramarine blue. A little more white. And with some lighter tones. See that pretty blue on my rock? Just to give it that dimension. Let's add some more white to that. And then I'm going to add some red and make a darker purple color. A little more blue. That's a little bit too purple. Let me calm that down some. Maybe a bit too purple. Trying to go a little more on the gray side. So let me add just a teeny bit of blue, Payne's Gray. That might be better. Still too purple. Trying to bring it down a notch. There we go. That's you see the difference. It's kind of like a bluish gray. Areas. Get some shading in there. Okay, now I'm going to hit some darker shades on the ground. Let me go back. Let me go back to this, kind of like this green color, but I'm going to bring it a little more brown. So I grabbed some burnt sienna. And I'm purposely moving horizontally because that's not dark enough. I want it darker. Grab some Payne's Gray. I'm basically trying to make the shadow around fire. I'm also gonna make it right here, tip of the See how I'm purposely, I want everything to be darker around the base. And let's go a little bit darker in here, just a bit. Few larger strokes. I feel like I went too many small strokes. I made bigger strokes. It's looking more like polka dots than it is rocks, and I don't like that. Going back to some larger strokes. There we go. Okay, and then I want to bring in lighter tones on the ground because we've got a fire, and that fire is kind of giving, going to be giving the ground some glow. So I grabbed the yellow ochre and I mixed just a little bit of that green in it. Give the ground a little bit of lighter color in there. And right on the base of the trees, that fire is making this tree have some glow. Right here. So I'm just using some yellow. Got a little glow there. And let's go back to our trees in the distance in our land. So back here, I'm just going to come in with a little bit of a lighter. I added some yellow to my green this time. Add a little more. I'm going to pull down just a teeny bit to make it look like there's a bank right there. Give it like that. And then I'm going to bring some of that right at the base of the water. Maybe come in. I know what I'm going to do. Right here, I'm going to put like a branch. Let me get some umber. A little bit more. And then we're going to put our, um, maybe we'll make have an open to put our water. I'm going to make a little branch come like, like there's like a tree that fell. and it's sticking out in the water. It kind of gives it, because it's kind of dull right there. Okay. I might make my fire bigger. I might need some more flame. I'm going to make an opening to my tent so that it looks like the tent opens to the fire. So I'm gonna go with a darker color. A little bit of red. Nice. A little darker. Okay. All right. Let's get some reflection from the trees in the water. So I'm gonna grab this green with my flat brush and I'm gonna pull down. And basically I'm looking at whatever tree is there. I'm going in the opposite direction. Darker. Maybe some blue. I think I'm going to use some different colors too right there. But let's just start with this. Okay. That looks really good. But what I really need to do, I'm going to stop with that color. I need to go into the oranges. I'm going to go down a size brush. I'm going to be working kind of in between all of this. So I'm going to make some yellow and red. Bring it out. So fun. Yeah, I think I need to make my fire bigger. I want it to be a little more. I'm going to make that orange that's in the sky here. I'm going to use the cadmium yellow light and the red. I'm going to come in here pretty strong with a little more red, a little more red, more red. Pretty strong with this reflection in the water. Now I want it to look like a reflection. I don't want it to just be solid. So when you see a reflection in water, it kind of has a little ripply, unless it's a like a really calm body. like a rough body of water. So you've got kind of like these little ripply effects where you've got kind of like some little lines more than a solid. Let me see if I can make that a little lighter. So I definitely look like I went with the like almost like a night scene. It is dark. So I'm gonna make a larger fire. I want that to be bigger. I'm using the red and the yellow. There we go. I like that better already. Nice, cute. And I feel like my tint needs to be a little brighter as well. Perfect. I'm gonna grab some yellow and a little bit of white. And I'm going to use kind of like a lighter yellow color. I'm going to use the um, yellow ochre, and I need some cadmium yellow light in it as well to make this lighter. That's like, I want it to look like it's the front of the tint that's getting a lot of glowiness to it, I guess. That looks pretty cute. Maybe some more yellow in my fire. Let's look at it in this view because this view is always better when I show it in this view. What do y'all think? So cute. We did a pretty decent job. I think she will like it. And I'll just finish up the sides. I may just do black all around the sides so that it, the sides have a finish. And there we go. We've got a camping scene for my little Xander's first birthday. I hope y'all had fun with this. It is so real looking, isn't it? Um, the sound is really garbled. Is it really? We still have class this evening. Yes, Mary Beth, I will still have class this evening. We have a lot of things going on in over a couple of weeks. My membership is open right now until the end of February. We have a live in-person retreat going on at the end of February, and I have paint all over my nose. Look, look. I was like, what is that on my nose? I have black paint all over my nose. Coming off either. Um, so we have our live in person retreat in Fairhope, Alabama. We still have a few spots left if you're interested in coming. Just go to my website. I'm going to put it in the comments if you are interested. jensdenart.com. You can look up jensdenart.com. You can look up all kind of stuff that I have going on in Jensden Art. We have our 6x6 challenges. I have two versions of our 6x6 challenges that are taking place now. I have to get this off of my nose. It's actually green paint, if you were wondering. It's not black. Most of it. My 6x6 challenges, version 1 and version 2, are open now. You can get them at 40% off. Um, I am starting to sell individual painting tutorials. If you go to my website, you will see an area that says Learn, and I have some classes that I am selling that you can buy just a one-time purchase and have lifetime access to some of the painting tutorials that we have. We have over 400 painting tutorials in our membership. Some of my most popular ones, I am gradually releasing them for limited times to be purchased for individual purchase. So you can go to my website and find that. It says that an error has occurred. I was trying to type in my website and it did not. We have our 6x6 challenges. We have our in-person art retreat happening, and my membership is open for a limited time until the end of February. I'm not doing a party or a launch or anything like that. It's just a quick opening now. So for some reason, I cannot get my jensdenart.com to show up on the Facebook page. So you just type in, let me see if I can put it at the banner. It's just one word. I'm trying to get it to show up. Maybe I could put this in there. There we go. jensdenart.com. You will find anything that you want. You can find information about the Fireside Creative live in-person retreat that's happening with Elizabeth Studio and myself. That starts February 23rd as well. So you can find information about that on my website, jensdenart.com. We have so many things happening right now, and I hope you will join us for something that we have going on over the next month. And who knows, we might have another surprise painting coming soon. So we hope you all have a great day. I'm going to check the comments before I leave to see. It's on there now. Okay, great. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Hello, Miss Pat. Thank you for coming on. And please do me a favor and share the love, sprinkle the love, and let other people see um, what we do in our membership. This is a prime example of what we do. We go live every Tuesday night for a painting. Tonight we are painting Valentine letters, vintage Valentine letters. Super cute Valentine painting that we're doing tonight. Last week we painted this in our membership. We painted a blue heron in our membership. And that one is available. Once you join the membership, you get access to all of the previous live paintings that we've ever done. So super fun. We pray at the end. We're a Christian group. We do like little Bible verses and things like that at the end of our tutorials. So if you're interested, just let us know. We'd love for you to join us. All right, guys, we hope you have a wonderful day. And those of you on the inside in the VIP group, I will see you again at 6 o'clock tonight. Y'all have a